The hidden causes of stroke despite regular exercise and a vegetarian diet. In today's world, where awareness about health is growing, many people have adopted healthier lifestyles by changing their diets and incorporating regular physical activity into their daily routines. Among these habits, a vegetarian diet and consistent exercise are often viewed as pillars of a healthy life, believed to prevent diseases and prolong longevity. However, reality proves otherwise. Many individuals still suffer from strokes despite following these supposedly ideal habits for years. This has left many people confused, even disillusioned about the value of their efforts. The question is, why does this happen? What causes someone who appears very healthy to suddenly collapse from a stroke? The answer lies in understanding that health is a complex and holistic picture. It is not defined solely by appearance or a few good habits. A vegetarian diet and regular exercise can become double-edged swords if done incorrectly or without balance. Furthermore, there are many hidden risk factors that people often overlook. This article will explore in detail the possible causes of stroke, even for those who live what seems to be a healthy lifestyle, and provide insights into how to truly protect your health more comprehensively. A stroke is not a random accident. It is the culmination of a long-term buildup of risk factors, some visible, others hidden. Even if you maintain a vegetarian diet and exercise regularly, you may still be at risk of stroke if you fall into any of the following scenarios. 1. Overconfidence in a seemingly healthy lifestyle. One of the biggest reasons healthy individuals still suffer from strokes is overconfidence. When someone eats clean, avoids animal products, and exercises daily, they often develop a false sense of security, believing they are immune to serious illness. As a result, they may ignore warning signs or skip regular health checkups. However, many conditions that lead to stroke, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or atherosclerosis, often develop silently over time. It's not uncommon for someone to be diagnosed with chronic hypertension or discover blood clots in the brain only after suffering a severe stroke. Therefore, living healthily should complement, not replace, regular medical screenings and health monitoring. 2. Improper vegetarianism, nutritional imbalance. Many people follow a vegetarian lifestyle without thoroughly understanding nutritional requirements. They eliminate all meat, fish, eggs, and dairy without adequate plant-based replacements. This can result in deficiencies of critical nutrients. Vitamin B12 deficiency, essential for blood production and nerve protection. A prolonged lack can damage the brain and raise stroke risk. Iron, zinc, and protein deficiency, affecting blood circulation and immune function. Lack of omega-3 fatty acids, which help maintain arterial flexibility and reduce blood clot formation. These are found in sources like flaxseed, chia seeds, or algae oil, not always part of every vegetarian's diet. Additionally, if the vegetarian diet is heavy in refined carbs, like white rice, noodles, sweets, deep-fried foods, or processed meat substitutes, it can raise blood sugar and bad cholesterol levels, direct risk factors for atherosclerosis and stroke. 3. Overexercising or inappropriate physical activity. Exercise is healthy only when done in moderation and suited to one's physical condition. Some people overtrain, use incorrect techniques, or push their bodies beyond limits. Common mistakes include exercising on an empty stomach or right after a large meal, disrupting blood pressure and heart rhythm, skipping warm-ups, which prevents proper vascular adjustment and may trigger spasms, running long distances under intense heat, leading to dehydration and added cardiovascular stress, late-night workouts that interfere with sleep and affect the central nervous system. These seemingly minor habits may become the tipping point for weakened blood vessels, leading to sudden strokes. 4. Age and genetic predisposition, hidden, uncontrollable risk factors. No matter how health conscious you are, you can't fully escape the influence of genetics and aging. If your family has a history of stroke, hypertension, diabetes, or cardiovascular disease, your risk is naturally higher. Moreover, after the age of 50, blood vessels start to lose elasticity, and internal organs begin to function less efficiently. This creates conditions favorable for plaque formation and blood clots. Without proper medical tests like blood work, heart ultrasounds, EKGs, or 24-hour blood pressure monitoring. It is extremely difficult to detect these silent threats early on. 5. Prolonged psychological stress, the silent killer of brain health. Chronic stress, anxiety, or depression, though soft in nature, profoundly affect blood vessels and the central nervous system. Even if someone eats well and exercises, ongoing emotional tension, irritability, and insomnia can lead to increased cortisol levels, a hormone that raises blood sugar and blood pressure while tightening brain arteries. Unmanaged psychological stress is one of the leading modern causes of stroke. Even in people who outwardly lead healthy lives, health is a multi-layered picture, where every detail, no matter how small, plays a role in shaping the overall outcome. While a vegetarian diet and regular exercise are excellent foundations for well-being, they must be accompanied by scientific understanding, bodily awareness, routine health screenings, and thoughtful adjustments. Don't let false confidence be your downfall. True wellness is not merely the absence of disease, but the harmony of proper nutrition, suitable exercise, emotional balance, and proactive medical care. When you learn to live healthily with knowledge and awareness, you don't just reduce your stroke risk, you build a resilient, truly healthy life. Don't just live healthily, live consciously. Your health deserves intelligent, holistic care. Methods for healthy aging to live peacefully in old age. Old age is not only a sign of physical decline but also a return journey toward stillness, reflection, and inner balance. When work, responsibilities, and the hustle and bustle of life fade into the past, people begin to seek a new way of living, one that is peaceful and serene. But peace of mind doesn't come naturally. It is the result of a thoughtful process of healthy aging, nurturing the body, mind, and spirit to gracefully enter the later chapters of life with clarity and calm. Healthy aging is not only about taking care of the physical body but also about cultivating emotional well-being, maintaining social connections, and living in harmony with oneself. Below are key methods to help the elderly live more peacefully and happily in their golden years. 1. Nurturing the body, proactive physical health care. Health is the foundation of all joy. Elderly individuals should give special attention to maintaining their physical well-being through a mindful lifestyle. Balanced nutrition. Prioritize easy-to-digest foods rich in fiber, low in fat, and limit sugar and salt. Eat smaller, more frequent meals to reduce strain on the digestive system. Gentle daily exercise. Walking, tai chi, light yoga, or simple activities like gardening help keep the body flexible and reduce stress. Adequate sleep. A deep and restful sleep helps restore energy and maintain mental clarity. Regular health checkups. Early detection of illnesses allows for timely treatment. Avoiding unnecessary complications. Caring for the body is the first and essential step toward building a peaceful old age. 2. Nurturing the mind. Cultivating positivity and letting go. A peaceful soul is essential for a peaceful life. In old age, people must learn to let go of regrets, grudges, and anger, because holding on only causes suffering. Meditation and deep breathing. Practicing mindfulness each day soothes the mind, eases anxiety, and brings one back to the present moment. Learning forgiveness. Not only forgiving others but also forgiving oneself. Life isn't perfect, and people are flawed, so choose to live with a light heart. Positive thinking. Instead of complaining, seek joy in the simple things, a blooming flower, a bird's song, or a warm family meal. When the heart is calm, everything feels lighter. Nurturing the mind is about building inner strength to weather the changes of aging. 3. Nurturing the intellect, staying sharp and curious. Wisdom is one of the greatest assets of old age. A sharp mind helps elderly individuals remain independent and feel valuable and respected. Reading, listening to music, writing journals, engaging in mentally stimulating activities helps slow cognitive decline. Joining clubs or learning groups, sharing knowledge and staying intellectually engaged fosters vitality and social connection. Sharing life stories. Recalling and passing down personal history to children and grandchildren keeps memory alive and strengthens family ties. Nurturing the intellect means staying mentally active and continuously evolving, no matter the age. 4. Nurturing relationships, staying connected to family and community. No one can truly live in peace while feeling lonely. Healthy aging requires healthy relationships, warm, sincere, and meaningful connections, spending time with family, chatting with children and grandchildren, bridging the generation gap with empathy and care, joining social or volunteer activities, participating in community programs keeps the elderly engaged and feeling included. Gratitude and affection. Expressing love and appreciation daily strengthens emotional bonds and uplifts the spirit. Genuine human connection is the vitamin for the heart. When one continues to love and be loved, they feel truly alive, not just existing. 5. Nurturing the spirit. Living ethically and in harmony with nature. Ultimately, peaceful living means aligning with the natural flow of life, accepting what cannot be changed, and finding meaning in the simple. Spiritual practices, if one has faith, prayer, chanting, or reflecting on life bring comfort and help ease the fear of death. Avoiding conflict and competition, choosing humility, patience, and mindfulness fosters inner peace. Acceptance of life cycles. Understanding the natural process of birth, aging, sickness, death helps one face the future with courage and serenity. Spiritual nurturing is not limited to religious beliefs. It's about cultivating virtue and finding purpose in life's ordinary moments. Old age is not an end but a transformation, from action to stillness. From chaos to reflection. A fulfilled life is not measured by wealth but by how peacefully one lives each moment. To achieve that, healthy aging must be an intentional journey, one of mindfulness, patience, and grace. Take care of yourself starting today, your body, your mind, your intellect, your relationships, and your spirit, so when you reach your twilight years, you can smile and say, I have lived fully, and now, I live peacefully. Elderly people who don't want to be lonely often keep these 5 things to themselves. As people age, they begin to feel more clearly the fragility and emptiness of life. When the hustle of survival fades away and children have grown and left to build lives of their own, the elderly enter a new stage, one where loneliness can become a persistent, silent companion, but not everyone accepts this quietly. Many older people still long to live joyfully, healthily, and connected to the world around them. To avoid falling into loneliness, elderly people often keep certain things to themselves, things no one asks about, and they choose not to share. They understand that sometimes, keeping a little to themselves is a way to protect relationships, preserve their dignity, and avoid making life feel more hollow. Below are 5 things elderly people often silently keep inside to shield themselves from loneliness in their later years. 1. Hiding physical ailments and pain. Old age brings a weakening body, chronic conditions, and slow recovery. Yet, most elderly individuals don't openly talk about their physical suffering. They dislike complaining, fear burdening their children, and especially don't want to be seen as a burden. Many elderly people endure back pain, joint stiffness, insomnia, and high blood pressure quietly, still smiling and chatting when asked how they're doing. They endure in silence, take medication privately, and find ways to adjust on their own. They understand that constant complaints may drive people away, and that loneliness would only worsen if their presence starts to feel like a weight. 2. Keeping past sorrows to themselves. Many older people have lived through war, loss, separation, painful memories drenched in tears. But they rarely talk about these experiences, not because they've forgotten, but because they've chosen to carry them silently. They know that younger generations are busy with modern life and may lack the patience to listen to old stories. More importantly, they don't want to overshadow present joy with past sorrow. Keeping painful memories private is their way of staying strong and not appearing fragile in others' eyes. It's the strength of the experienced, honoring the present while being selective about what to share. 3. Concealing their loneliness. Elderly individuals may sit for hours by the window, stare out at the street, or cry silently while listening to an old song. But when someone comes by, they smile and ask about their children and grandchildren, as if everything is perfectly fine. Loneliness is a hard emotion to express, and even harder to admit when you've been strong your entire life. They're afraid that revealing their loneliness will lead to pity, distance, or even disrespect. So they learn to pretend to be okay, not to deceive, but to protect their peace of mind. In doing so, they remain part of the family and society without appearing needy or fragile. 4. suppressing the need to be loved. Older people still need love, not romantic love, but care, attention, warm hugs, affectionate glances, and gentle words, but they rarely express this desire. They fear seeming too demanding or being told their children are too busy. They're afraid others will think, "You're old now, stop acting like a child." So they stay quiet. They secretly rejoice when someone visits, makes a call, or when the house is filled with the laughter of children. Suppressing their need for affection is a way to preserve self-respect and keep relationships from feeling forced or burdensome. But if someone is sensitive enough to notice and offer love at the right moment, they will appreciate and remember it deeply. 5. Hiding their fear of death. Death is inevitable, and for the elderly, it no longer feels far away. Still, few openly talk about their fear of it. They fear separation, leaving their loved ones behind, or dying alone and forgotten. Yet they choose to stay silent, not wanting to worry or sadden their children. Instead of talking about death, they focus on the present, preparing meals, enjoying family time, cherishing holidays. They live each day fully, hoping that when their time comes, they'll go peacefully and without regret. Keeping their fear of death private is their way of staying strong and teaching their children how to live with grace and acceptance. Elderly people, after all of life's experiences, don't need much to feel happy. What they crave is to live with love, respect, and sincere connection. Keeping personal matters private isn't about pushing others away, but about maintaining dignity and nurturing relationships in a quieter, deeper way. Understanding this, the younger generation must learn to listen and care, not just with words but through presence and everyday gestures. Because behind an elderly person's silence lies a world of emotion, longing to be understood. Don't wait until it's too late to realize that a warm meal together, a simple question, a gentle hand hold, these are the most powerful ways to banish loneliness for the people who once gave us everything. Should women over 60 seek new happiness? Age is an undeniable factor in human life, and when passing the 60s, many women begin to face questions about the future, especially in matters of love and relationships. After years of living for their family, raising children, and fulfilling social obligations, many women start to feel a sense of loneliness when their children grow up and leave home, or after experiencing losses in life, particularly in marriage. So, should women over 60 seek new happiness? Does love and happiness at this age still hold meaning, or is it just something unattainable? To answer this question, we need to better understand the psychology, needs, and desires of women at this stage of life. Despite having faced many challenges, they still have the right to pursue happiness. And this right is not limited by age. Opening up to love at over 60 can bring many beautiful things and is a fascinating journey, not only reserved for the young. 1. Love has no age limit. In modern society, the concept of love is no longer confined to youthful relationships but extends to all ages. Women over 60, even after going through many changes in life, still have the right to dream of new love. They have enough life experience to understand that love is not just about passion but also about soul connection, sharing, and companionship. This doesn't mean they are seeking a replacement for a past love, but rather to feel those sweet emotions, care, and affection from a new partner. After many years of dedicating themselves to family, raising children, and sometimes sacrificing personal desires, women over 60 may feel the need for a companion, someone to share the remaining years of their life with. Love at this age may not be about fiery passion, but the maturity, calmness, and deep understanding can create a unique and complete relationship. Women over 60 can find peace in a new relationship, where everything is not rushed, and there are no demands for perfection, but rather understanding, respect, and empathy. 2. Why should women over 60 seek new happiness? Reduce the feeling of loneliness. After their children have grown up and become independent, many women over 60 feel an emptiness in their lives. Loneliness comes not only from the lack of affection but also from changes in social relationships. A marriage that has lasted many years can sometimes become monotonous and disconnected. Seeking a new relationship can help women regain the feeling of being loved, cared for, and having a partner to share the joys and sorrows of life. Rediscovering oneself. Most women over 60 have spent a large part of their lives caring for their families, raising children, and might have forgotten parts of themselves. Seeking a new romantic relationship gives them the chance to rediscover themselves, their passions, and hopes that may have been forgotten during years of family life. A new love offers an opportunity for them to reconnect with themselves, love themselves, and refresh their life. Taking care of mental and emotional health. Studies have shown that having a healthy romantic relationship can bring significant benefits to mental and emotional well-being. A loving partner can help reduce stress, anxiety, and even improve sleep quality. When there is someone to share with, women over 60 can feel lighter, less lonely, and more energized to enjoy life. 3. Factors to consider when seeking new happiness. Although seeking new happiness is a right for women of this age, starting a new romantic relationship is not always simple. Several factors need to be carefully considered to ensure a wise decision. Health condition. Women over 60 should assess their physical and mental health before committing to a new relationship. Physical and mental health significantly affects the ability to maintain a relationship. Taking care of oneself and ensuring they have enough energy to start a new relationship is essential. Expectations in a relationship. After many years of marriage or experiencing past heartaches, women may have different expectations for a new romantic relationship. They are not necessarily seeking the same passionate love they had when they were young, but may want companionship and shared experiences in their remaining years. It's important to communicate clearly with a new partner about expectations and desires to avoid misunderstandings. Mental readiness. Starting over requires women to have emotional resilience. After past failures in love or marriage, many women may feel hesitant and afraid to open their hearts. However, if they can overcome those fears and accept that love can come again, they will have the opportunity to build a happy and meaningful relationship. 4. The benefits of seeking new happiness at over 60. Seeking new happiness at over 60 not only brings joy but also has numerous benefits for mental and emotional health. Emotional connection. A new romantic relationship helps women feel loved, cared for, and shared. This connection not only creates emotional bonds but also motivates them to participate in social activities, thereby improving mental health, comfort, and stability in life. Having a partner can provide a sense of security, especially in difficult times or when facing health challenges. Support and sharing from a partner help them feel stronger and create a more positive living environment. Women over 60 have not only the right but also the ability to seek and find new happiness. No age is too late for love and being loved, as long as they feel ready and confident in their decision. Romantic relationships not only bring joy but also improve mental health, self-confidence, and overall quality of life. Therefore, even after turning 60, women can still dream of a new love, a new happiness, and a meaningful and fulfilling life. Happiness is something that everyone has the right to seek, regardless of age, and women over 60 are no exception.